I thank you all once again, every single one of you for being in this moment to take care of yourselves. Once again, I'm reminding that this is, number one, an ancient practice. Nothing new here, really. What is new, I guess, is the science that is backing it all up. Yeah, how we breathe affects our nervous system. Now that can be measured. Isn't that amazing? What is more amazing to me, and I have said this and have written it down in our Canvas course and the modules, that it was amazing that they could, yogis and of that time could feel the difference and in their physiology, in their mind, in their physiology, and even in their hearts. They could feel the difference in how they breathed and how that made them feel emotionally, mentally. How that is so related to the breath. And as I'm doing this, so related to the breath. I don't know sign language at all, but I'm just realizing I'm using a lot of hand gestures more than ever, maybe because that might bring us closer, together. But in the past, I've had actually interpreters come to the class because students did not have the sense of hearing, and they would interpret it, and it was amazing. Some of my hand gestures were the same, as they were doing. And I've always had that kind of interest, and who knows, I might pursue that someday as well. So thank you for being here. I think we need to, continue our practice. You might have already started. And then again, sometimes I ask the class, when is it that you start your yoga? And personally, I would love to hear, the moment I wake up, I notice how I breathe, I notice how I feel. I take a deeper breath, a slower breath, just to center and calm myself for the rest of the day. I know. So you've been practicing yoga more than you know. And as we continue our class, the second half of the semester, I'll bring in more just awareness of the 8-limbed yoga. And the first two limbs of the 8-limbed yoga by Patanjali, a wise yogi. He was the first one that wrote anything down about yoga. It was more or less a verbal communication, a lineage of teaching just through words, not a written aspect to it. But he wrote things down. And the first two limbs of his 8-limbed yoga are ways to live your life. The way you treat yourself, the way you treat others, your living space. How do you communicate with people? Do you tell the truth? We've already talked about the truth also in the throat chakra. That's the second of the yamas, actually, being truthful. So we'll explore that just a little bit more in the second half of our semester. So we're still in the first half, so let's lie down, shall we? Okay. I don't think anybody has said no to that, unless, there's an injury of sorts. I need to be a little more aware, just to let you know, of my back. It feels fine, but it was talking to me a little bit this morning. So are you still talking? A little bit. Okay. So yes, lying down, knees bent, feet to the earth. Maybe a little baby bridge to lift up and exhale, lowering down, vertebra by vertebra. And it depends on how high you want to lift or lower, but haven't really warmed up very much. So again, this is to lengthen the spine and feel the opposite lines of energy, more space. So then when we come more in touch with our breath, the breath and the energy can flow more abundantly through our spinal column, our central nervous system. So one more time, feet to the earth, knees bent, inhale to scoop on up. And an exhale, lengthening, widening the back as well. And any other little wiggle room to kind of center into our center. Yeah, centering into our center, wherever that may be. It might be your sacral chakra, your belly, just a little below the navel, elbow straight down. Sometimes it feels good, doesn't it, to put one hand at the heart? Or maybe both, or maybe just palms facing upward. Arms by your side out a few inches, but do feel comfortable, yeah. And then I invite you now to close your eyes. And the most importantly part of our practice, of our life, is how we breathe. So I invite you to notice, observe how you are breathing. And I invite you to just make it a little deeper, maybe a little slower. Perhaps you already have. Sometimes by just being the witness of our breath, it tends to be slower, deeper, whether it's in through the nose or out through the mouth. That's up to you. Just feel the breath slowing down so the mind can rest a bit, letting all those thoughts just float like clouds in the sky. So you're not attached to any one. Sometimes when we first meditate, they might say, and don't think of anything. And then what do? You think of everything. Yeah. Don't think of the red truck, and then, oh, that's what you think of. Yeah. So I'm not suggesting not to think. No, just let those thoughts float by. Yeah. So there's no attachment to them at this time, just floating and breathing. As you breathe in, know you are breathing in. As you breathe out, know you are breathing out. As we have earlier in the semester, just a few weeks ago, the Buddhist meditation, one of them, it says exactly that. As I breathe in, I know I breathe in. As I breathe out, I know I breathe out. As I breathe in, you might say these words. As I breathe out, I know I breathe out. We're just settling. We're letting go of the busyness as we breathe in and as we breathe out. Today, I'd like to just experiment with this breath. It's kind of new to me. It's in your module, I think 4, if not reminded in module 5, but 3 pauses on the exhale. I know, so we're going to increment the exhale in 3 different places. So in words, we're going to inhale all the way up to the 3rd eye. How lovely, right there. And then exhale a little bit, an increment to the throat, and then exhale a little bit to the heart, and another exhale to the sacral plexus, a little into your belly. And then all the way down to the base of the spine. We're going to inhale all the way up to your 3rd eye, the area of perspective, of inner wisdom. And then exhale just a little bit into the throat, speaking your truth. And then a little bit from the heart to the heart, living a world and life of love. And then a little bit to your sacral chakra below the navel, expressing yourself with ease. And all the way down to the root, stability, down into the legs, the feet even. So we're going to inhale all the way up to the 3rd eye, and then a little bit exhale to the throat, speaking your truth, a little bit to the heart, speaking the words of love, and a little bit to the sacral chakra with ease and expressing yourself, your creativity with ease. And exhale all the way down. And again, inhale all the way up, and just a little exhale exhale and make first increment to the throat, pause, and then a little increment to the heart, pause, and a little increment to your sacral chakra, pause, and all the way down. Yeah, that might be a challenge to have 3 increments of your exhale. Yeah, but maybe once again, shall we? Inhale all the way up to your third eye, a little bit to the throat, just to acknowledge speaking your truth and your heart, living from an open, loving heart, and from your sacral plexus, sacral chakra, with the ease and abundance of good. And exhale all the way. And that was like a little review too of the throat chakra, the heart chakra, and the sacral chakra. And let's just breathe again all the way up to our third eye between the eyebrows, as we mentioned yesterday. And just you might bring your focus there, exhale there as well. Maybe imagine that most beautiful purple light you've ever imagined, bringing you more in touch with your inner wisdom. And when the mind, when your thoughts are clear and still as possible, when the mind is calm, your inner wisdom and your inner knowing will come forth with more ease. And trust the inner wisdom, your inner sight. So when in balance, this energy center brings, again, health to your brain, to your nervous system, to your pituitary gland, to your eyes. Having clear sight. Being enlightened, having that light shine, because when third eye is in balance, we're more apt to not dwell on our ego state of our mind, of our ego, which is important at times to survive and live, of course. But if you're just in that, it's more or less us against them kind of a feel, and this is for me, and rather than, there's more to life, another perspective. Yes, there's others, and we are engaging, and here we are into just more of a higher vibration, truly, of awareness, of perspective. And not better or worse, just different, just different. So I guess I'm introducing again these wonderful major energy centers just to see about our lives, truly. Are we able to trust our intuition, our inner sight? Are we able to see another perspective? Sometimes that's very difficult, especially if you're engaging with somebody in a conversation and they do have a different perspective. The same event can happen, and 2 people watching can interpret it in 2 totally different ways. Have you noticed that sometimes? And I guess that's called being human. Yep. And it's just amazing. So I invite you to breathe ever so deeply and just breathe into your inner wisdom. When the mind is more quiet, it might come, and it is amazing, the perspective of life, and to slow down and to listen. And I'm thinking of 2 different quotes right now at the same time. That's amazing. Sometimes I can't even remember my friend's name, but I'm thinking of 2 quotes at the same time. And I've mentioned these in class, but Einstein's quote, perspective. I think it's perfect. 2 ways of looking at life. One is if everything was a miracle, or nothing is a miracle. So we think of the good in our lives, what is going well, rather than focusing in on all that may not be. And I know that's easier said than done, but it changes the chemistry in our bodies as well. When you're thinking, it's going well, the endorphins kick in, and this is a good thing, quote unquote. And the other wonderful quote that I've mentioned before by the wise sage Rumi: there's a voice that has no words. Listen. And when we're quiet, when we focus inside to our inner wisdom, it will speak. trusting and having faith. Yeah, and that is a practice. Absolutely. So I invite you to breathe and breathe into your inner wisdom. Whether you're aware of it or not, just breathe into it. Yes, affirm. I trust my inner wisdom. I trust my inner knowing. Yeah. If you wish. Again, these are all just suggestions. But to bring more of the third eye awareness too, as we did yesterday, their senses, the sight that you see, the feel of the energy, of touch, of taste, of smell, it just brings in a new awarenesses for us, a new awareness of all these different sensations and energy. Yeah, maybe oh, look, I wore purple today. Oh my gosh. I didn't even think of, yeah, but I did. So maybe that's telling me, oh yeah, your inner wisdom is there, Colette, trust it. And I go, I don't know, trust it. Okay. Yes, if we're grounded, if we're feeling secure and from an open, loving heart, and having courage and confidence in speaking our truth and listening to our inner wisdom. So again, all these energies build upon each other. Yeah. Eucalyptus oil, I think, is an essential oil that is very balancing for your third eye. Yeah, and chanting the word Om. I think that's the most well-known Sanskrit word of well-being. It's the sound of the universe. Yeah. Om. Sometimes it's more of a AUM sound. Brings more stability and peace and calm to every cell of our bodies. So I invite you to breathe. Breathe in peace, breathe in calm, so you are able to listen and hear your inner knowing. And with your inner knowing right there, right here, right now. Yeah, let's stretch a bit, shall we? Get a little more space within so that energy and that inner knowing can come forth with ease to every cell. So yeah, stretching arm and leg. Oh, nice yawn. Bringing it in, stretch the other side, maybe the other thigh to the chest. Any little wiggle room, side to side, maybe once again. Yeah, the first side is just like, oh, wake up. And the second time you do it, the first time, and then the second time is, oh yeah, let's stretch a little further. And both arms and both legs stretch away from the waist eventually, yeah. Circling wrists, circling ankles, open the fingers, open the toes. Floating arms and legs up to the sky. Give them a nice shaking up, a shaking out. Oh, you can keep shaking, or maybe the vibration feels good today. Eventually. Ooh, a little challenge. Okay, shake the legs and vibrate the arms. Is that possible? Or vibrate the legs. Oh no, that's what I just said. Shake the leg, yeah, vibrate there. Or shake the arms and vibrate the legs. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, I might not be demonstrating this, all that, great. But shake, vibrate legs, and shake arms. Yeah, and then just shake it about and feet, arms return to the earth. Oh, to feel the buzz, to feel the energy flowing. And maybe the second one too, the second Japanese yoga one. Interlace fingers, stretch the legs. And remember, this starts just by swiveling the elbows. That might be against the floor. Ideally, if they're up here, then that's fine too. Just move them back and forth, and just let the rest of your body wibble and wobble. Back in the day, actually, I saw on late night TV, there used to be a lot of commercials on, this is before Cox Cable or whatever, cable TV, and they had a machine that actually you put your feet on and it would swivel back and forth, and you would just lie there, and then it created that wibble and wobble from the feet. So, and it pronounced that, yeah, it would help release tension through your body. And I'm thinking, whoa, and here the Japanese yoga, they developed this probably, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And then now there's a machine that does it from the feet up. Amazing. So once again, feet to the earth, knees bent. Maybe another little wiggle room for the spine. And come back to the slow, deep breath. And when ready, your body will decide which thigh first. Yeah, just a little abbreviated hip stretch sequence today. But thigh to the chest, maybe stretch your other leg long and remembering the principles. Yes, breath and movement as one. Let the breath be sent to places where there is tightness, tension, and allow, yeah, just the right amount of effort, no more, no less. Cupping hand on the knee, opening to the side, just a nice circle around. Or pausing the movement if needed for an extra breath there, a place of tightness. When ready though, we can reverse the circle, or maybe it needs a little more erasing movements. It's all good. Another deep breath to circle, maybe the hand released. And just notice how this feels, where it feels. Listening inside. And then gently stretch the leg, circle the ankle joints and all the little joints and muscles in your feet alive and well. Inhale, exhale. Yeah, relax the jaw, the neck, the back. Flexing. Oh, hamstrings might feel a little, yeah, we might have to shake that leg out again. Quick brisk rub, gentle tapping, deep tissue massage, maybe a little deeper today. If you've been doing this already, if you've never tried it, oh no, try deepening the fingertips into the muscle fibers as deep as you can go, and then rub sideways. You can go up and down. Maybe a little to the side, the outer hamstring, maybe the inner hamstring, yeah, or maybe the middle one. But when about ready, yeah, we're just gonna stretch, yeah. Go on that vacation, just lying down, leg up in the air, not much else to do. But to breathe and let go at the deepest level. Soften, maybe stretch the supporting leg long, whether you're using a strap, first two fingers wrapped around that big toe, or a gentle clasp. Again, relax the shoulders, the neck, the back, hamstrings following suit. A gentle sigh. And yeah, if you wish to take a deep breath and take a pause here, that's good. Or then exhale. And take a pause after the exhale. Usually a practice, as I've mentioned, all unto itself, but reclining hamstring stretch might be conducive to the pauses between inhale, exhale. Letting go. Yeah, letting go at the deepest level. And then prepare for your sit up pose, number one. So let's feel the support of the standing foot into the earth. Wiggle the spine long as you inhale. The exhale, navel into the front of the spine, reaching to the ankle. Maybe crossing those wrist elbows way out, opening the back of the heart. A little forceful of an exhale, as you know. Hovering maybe the foot today or the leg. Now, if that leg is already covered, you can, lift up a little higher, exhale, a little lower. We've also added an oblique variation, crossing the torso over, arm hovered, hand on outside of the ankle or the calf. Breath or two there. Or when the chest comes back to center, maybe both arms can hover. See where they like to hover today. And breathe there, palms up or palms down. Long neck. More emphasis into your courage, your confidence. Your inner strength. What about ready? Inner strength awakened? Oh, good. So let's continue with foot down. Inhale, exhale, roll the back down and just shake it all about. Both feet back to the earth. Noticing any difference. Any other little wiggle room before we go to the second side. So let's transfer the weight to that foot to bring your second thigh out, up, and then draped over. Yeah, we're just allowing, we're letting go. Maybe a little deeper of your pull. We're just draping, allowing, going with the flow of your breath. Inhale, and then cupping hand on the knee. Exhale as the inner thigh stretches, knee out to the side. Opposite hip still down. Oh, good. Are you sure? Okay. And then circling slowly. Nice wide circle. Yeah, noticing, feeling, where maybe the lower back is liking this, the hip, the inner thigh, of course, as well. Maybe hand released, maybe not. Reversing at any time. Inhale and exhale. When that feels, just about open and relaxed. Still listening, right? Listening inside. When you find your mind wandering on this or that, come back home to your breath. Come back home to your body and its sensations and what it is telling you. Usually we tell our bodies what to do, right? Now it's our body's turn to tell us what it needs. So thigh drapes over the chest and a nice stretch of the leg, circling your ankle. Say hello to all those little joints in your feet. Deep breath, already relaxing the jaw, the neck, the back, Reversing the circle slowly. When ready to inhale, exhale to flex. Assess the hamstrings. You might just shake it all out again. Or quick brisk rub. Tapping, massaging. Maybe the vibration as well. Anything that gets this blood flow going a little bit more to make it. This is to make hamstring stretches safer and more in depth. So when about ready, some of you maybe already are, going into the hamstring stretch with a clasp or a strap. We breathe, we soften. We let go now. Let go of the tension, the tightness, wherever it may be. Your hamstrings are stretching, but you might feel it more in your neck for some reason. Soften, let the jaw relax, your face, your forehead. Your mind. Sometimes when the third eye is blocked or too closed, sometimes that it's closed or open or just not in balance, we're more into our thoughts and our in our mind. So again, you might visualize, purple, beautiful purple light. To breathe into the energy of which you are. Breathing into your true essence as well. And now we're getting more into the crown chakra. We'll talk about after our spring break. Our spring vacation. So how are hamstrings? Pretty good. Ready to then continue. I know yesterday we did a PNF for our hamstrings too. We'll continue that at times too, although you can always add that as well. The resistance, you can always add that on your own, even though I'm not saying it. So we did that on Tuesday's class. But for now, let's continue in the sit-up posture, moving a little bit deeper into now our strength. You notice sometimes we go into stretching postures and then strengthening ones, and we kind of alternate a bit to feel that balance. So here we go, sit up posture. So we're gonna lengthen the spine on the inhale. Whoa, I'm off the mat now. And exhale into the sit up posture. Crossing wrists might bend, elbows reach way out, which for me, that opens the upper back very nicely. Or you can just clasp gently. Again, suggestions. Maybe the supporting foot could lift. This all, again, gives a little more oomph to your core and also to your thigh. Yeah. You can cross over for the obliques. Other arm hovered. Cross the chest over the midline. A few breaths here, if feeling comfortable. Maybe when the chest comes back to center, the arms can hover. There is a little Pilates pulse sometimes. I know some of you have taken Pilates classes where the arms go, and then you exhale, 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 exhale with each pulse. You might even add that. Yeah, sometimes the yoga you make up is the best. Or arms out to the side, palms up, palms down, or reaching to the back wall. It gives a little more oomph to the core, which you may need or maybe not need. So I know varied of our class is very varied. Some of you have practiced for years, some are just starting. So again, variations for different folks. However, it is time to put the foot down if it was lifted and exhale, slowly lowering down. Keep the leg lifted. And then let's just shake out all four limbs. Nice deep breath here. Feet and arms return to the earth. Oh, and feel the energy moving. Every time you bring your awareness to it, that's where the energy flows even more. Remember, where your attention goes, energy flows. Let's bring both thighs to the chest and just roll all the way over to your side for reclining spinal twist that we did not do yesterday. A little more relaxing for you as well. So let's stretch first out through the top arm. Yeah, let's reach way around. See how far and around you can walk the fingers on the floor. And maybe pause when the arm is straight up, reaching directly behind you. Feel the belly breathe. The rib cage is expanding. So the lungs, lower, middle, upper lobes of the lungs expand. Well, on the right side, and the left side only has 2 lobes. Have you noticed? Can you feel? And then open the arm way out to the side, looking back over the shoulder, tailbone crown still reaching away from each other. Do you feel the length of your spine as you breathe deeply? Maybe an exhale through your mouth, a nice sigh. Any variation of legs, crossing one knee over, stretching the bottom one. We also talked about making an L shape. Yeah, legs stretching out. Maybe, if you're flexible enough, I wouldn't reach fingers to toes, but maybe toes to fingers. But we go where it feels good, remember, where it feels right and comfortable for you. We can even add a little IT band, cross fiber stretch down the IT band. Again, digging fingertips a little deeper in there so you can actually feel the IT band. Another deep breath, looking back over the shoulder. Another gentle sigh. If your jaw is tight, usually your neck and your back and everything else is too. So we soften. It's time to let go. When about ready, we're going to lift that back arm up. Inhale and exhale all the way over to the knees. And breathe. Ready for your other side? Thighs to the chest, coming back to neutral. And then, other side. So let's roll all the way over to our other side, reaching both arms, that top arm reaching even further away. Relax the head, the neck. And then reach this arm way back behind you. Feel that oppositional stretch out of the waist, tailbone, crown of the head, fingers, knees in one direction. Inhale and exhale. Eventually the arm stretches around. It could be below the shoulder, above the shoulder, or straight out from the shoulder. Knees in one direction, back arm, and focus in the other. So it's like, whoa. Yeah, kind of making a cross in that respect. Maybe knees a little higher, maybe a little lower. If the IT band stretch felt good on that side, other side, yeah, enjoy it on this side too. Enjoy the deep breath, the softening on the exhale, maybe out to the mouth. Or again, just crossing the one knee over, stretching the other one long, or making the L shape, if there's room. In either case, most importantly, is we breathe. Internal organs, loving this. Bringing out the toxins. Another deep breath. And inhale when ready, arm up, and exhale all the way over to your side. And then both thighs to the chest. A little circle around the sacrum. Maybe arms then down to circle without the use of your hands. Do you notice again your core more engaged? Maybe legs straightened. The widest circle that's possible. Mine is a little circle. Yours can be, I'm sure, a little wider, larger, reversing that circle, but still activating the core. Can you feel it? Yeah. Or knees bent. Again, maybe the figure eight feels good. Lying down, figure eight, infinity sign. Or as we've done, I think, in a previous class, we wrote our names. That's fun. Cross your T's, dot your I's. Any movement, it's good, it's good, it's good. And let's roll slowly to our one side for actually a side plank. We've stretched, yeah, and now we strengthen. So inside plank, I'm going to demonstrate first to the hand, to the elbow. You can come to your hand, shoulder right over the wrist to lift up, or if your wrist is a little compromised in any way, shape, form, come to elbow. Actually, elbow variations are usually a little more demanding in your strength as well. So again, align, shoulder over elbow, palm down. Now you can cross ankles over and lift up. Oh, if it's really hard to lift up hips off the floor, I'd say bend the bottom knee and then press down. Inhale to reach up to the sky. Feel that strength from underneath. Maybe that top leg can lift off the floor. Maybe not. So another breath or two here. Yeah, sometimes we don't know if our bottom knee needs to be bent or not. But if you can't lift up with two legs straightened, yeah, I'd bend the bottom knee, thighs in line. Another deep breath. And then slowly on the exhale. Swivel to the other side or just roll to the other side. And then, yeah, I know my bottom knee needs to be bent. So I need to, align the thighs. If your knee is bent or both legs straight, cross ankles over. Again, shoulder either over the wrist or elbow, palm down. And then an inhale to lift on up, press down through the hand or the forearm, the elbow, reach up to the beautiful blue sky. Nice deep breath here. Yes, as if someone was pulling you up. Yeah, maybe that top leg can lift off the floor. Another deep breath and exhale. Coming then to a seated posture. Oh, that was a graceful transition. Yeah, tailbone rooted to the earth, crown of the head high, or forward head to knee. A little more of a hamstring stretch and back stretch for you. So the sole of the foot is to your inner thigh, sitting on 2 hips. Now pull your outstretched leg. Yeah, pull that hip back, align chest over thigh. Your inhale first lengthens, opens. Your exhale goes into your forward head to knee by tipping the pelvis forward. And then when you can't go forward anymore in that flat back, yeah, then relax the arms, relax your shoulders, relax your mind. Yeah, stretching postures, forward folding postures are designed to relax your mind, your thoughts. And they also give a nice stretch. So we breathe, we let go here. Flexing foot, pointing foot. Some of us who are more flexible can clasp the sole of the foot. Or even cross wrists, clasp the sole of the foot. Or maybe just the calf, elbows out. Again, opens the back. And we soften. We let go now. Are you breathing? Is your exhale a little longer? Yeah, than your inhale. Giving your body just a little more time. Another variation you may try here is reaching with your opposite hand on the outside edge of the foot, ankle. So this time, yeah, the opposite shoulder is a little higher. So shoulders are not so level in this variation. Stretches just a little bit differently. And we soften. And then leveling the shoulders again. Exhale. Slowly rolling on up on the inhale. Feels good. Other side. First, let's just stretch out both legs. Because usually one leg seems a little longer than the other. So preparing then for your other side. So I'm going to sit on the edge of this blanket. And yeah, sole of the foot to your inner thigh. Knee way out to the side. My knee is going to be a little here, but yeah, hopefully yours can go way out to the side. But pull back, yeah, your outstretched leg, yeah, pull that hip back to align chest over thigh. Another deep breath, we inhale to prepare. Tipping the pelvis forward, we exhale. So we can't go any further. And then relax the arms, the shoulders, the head, your mind. Pointing foot, flexing foot. See if you can clasp around it. No, not yet. Oh, almost. Maybe crossing the wrists, elbows out. Again, deep breath, softening, letting go, melting any tension away. Mental tension, emotional tension, physical tension. Maybe crossing the arm, hand, opposite hand on the outside of the ankle or the shin, calf, leg. Breathe. That stretches a little differently. Remember the tipping the pelvis forward. Tailbone reaching to the back where the wall meets the floor. Another deep breath, then leveling the shoulders, and rolling on up. Wiggling out through both legs, little vibration, and we stretch. Let's strengthen now in the V-sit posture. So again, lifting one or both, hugging if you wish, long spine, long back, long neck, maybe reaching. I think we also added a twist if able, exhaling, twisting to the right, inhaling center, exhale to the left, and back to center. Maybe a leg straighten or two, or one at a time, or both together. Maybe you need to hug again. Yeah, I think I do. Another deep breath, and exhale. Soles of the feet unite into bound angle. So again, feet can be a little further away from your torso or closer in, knees way out to the side. We're going to inhale tall and then tipping the pelvis forward. Exhale into the posture of stretch. Forward folding, we exhale. Whether you're hugging ankles or feet or reaching those arms, to the floor. It's all good as long as you're breathing and letting go of where there's any tightness. Soften there. Yeah, soften. It's time. And when you're ready to roll on up, inhale. Feet to the earth, hands behind you, or fist for reverse table. You can have fist as well if your wrists are not cooperating, but to lift the navel up, face to the sky. We can also transfer to one foot. Breathe, 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 and the other, If lifting the foot feels okay, you can again cross the ankle. Nice deep breath here. Keep the hips lifted as high as you can, or maybe out parallel to the floor, thighs aligned. If that felt okay, you might try the other side. If this does feel good, continue. You can breathe even more breaths here. Hold a little longer. Breathe a little deeper. Or maybe, not. So again, different variations for different folks. But eventually we're going to lower down and stretch both legs for reverse plank if this feels okay. If reverse plank doesn't work for you, reverse table right there. So if reverse plank is suiting you, scoop on up the tailbone, lifting right off the floor. Ankles stay close together so you don't roll out. And here too, you can lift one foot leg off the floor. Yes, can you do that? It's not working for me today. So you can. And then down, and then the other one lifts. Almost. And then when you are ready, place both down, and then hips. Just bend the knees and drape the chest over. Maybe circle the wrist a little bit too. This kind of eases the back, eases the shoulders. Oh, remember the stretch we did yesterday for your, it would feel good now, even before. We maybe should have done it before, but after it feels good too, either at planks. Remember we interlaced fingers? We did this yesterday. And then the wrist circle, go gently, and then the shoulders circle. Elbows, shoulders, and then you can reverse that, just the wrists, and then the elbows, and then the shoulders. And then let's stretch both legs in a nice wide angle. So we can lift up, be gentle. If there's any injuries or if you had any, don't go quite as far, go gently. But if you need a little more oomph, as you might have noticed, I lifted the hips up and then stretched out to the heels. That kind of opens a little wider. That's too wide. Bring it in. And a little wiggle room here. We're going to come forward with a nice inhale first. And exhale, tipping the pelvis forward. So you notice I'm not curving from the waist. As just like in forward head to knee, we didn't curve from the waist. It was hip, joint, hip, spine, and exhale. Where it feels good, you might place your hands before you for a little more support. Walking outward, pausing, breathing, pointing feet, flexing feet, letting go feet. Letting go, or if you're a little more flexible, slide those fingers down to the big toes. And gently, when ready, we're going to walk on back to center. Nice side stretch. Inhale, first to lengthen, and exhale out and over. Go gently, right where it feels comfortable. And we breathe there. Maybe your breath can take you into a new place, a new edge. And soften, reach out to each fingertip. A little incline forward. Notice how that changes, yeah, the stretch. That wiggle room is amazing. Please explore. And ready to rise above it all, we inhale, exhale. Other side with an inhale. And exhale, out and over, opposite hip down. Long neck, soften, knees to the sky. Even the long underside. You can keep your underside of the body long, not so crunched. Reaching out to all your fingertips, pointing, flexing feet, toe tips. A little incline forward. Or maybe back where you were feels more comfortable. Maybe let go of another edge and another edge. Maybe your inhale is so vast and large, you come out of the edge on your inhale. And on your exhale, you lengthen into it, or maybe find that new edge. Maybe you can let go of that tight edge. You know, the edge that keeps you safe. Yeah, after a few breaths, you might notice, oh yeah, I can let go of that. All right, it's okay. I can go a little further. Another breath, another moment. Yeah, just to be in the moment. Another moment to breathe in the moment, to be in the moment. You can quote me on that. And then to rise above it all, inhale, exhale. Oh, I think we spent a little more time on that second side. That's great. So let's just wiggle the legs, and come to hands and knees. Hands and knees. Actually, yeah, let's take the arm and leg balance, just moving through it. Okay, so we're going to stretch opposite arm and leg. Oh, but are you aligned? Shoulder over wrist or fist. And reaching opposite arm and leg. Nice deep breath. Feel the core strong. We're going to inhale, just one cat breath here. Exhale, pull it all in. Inhale from your navel center, reach out long through the toes, through the fingers. And now we're going to bend the back knee, reach way around to clasp the foot. We're going to inhale to lift the thigh. Lift the heart. And the exhale, hand down into the back. Stretch the leg. Forehead hovers off the floor. Elbows point to the back. And then inhale, exhale, press away. And your other side. Yay. So slowly we stretch other arm and leg long off the floor. Feel the balance. Press the floor away. Easy breath. Core engaged. Inhale higher. Oh yeah, first the foot is flexed, right? And then inhale, lifting higher. We exhale into our cat breath. Push away the foot. Inhale to lengthen out through the fingers, out through the toes. And reach way around. Clasping foot, foot into hand. Hand, not hand pulling in foot. We press, we lift the heart, lift the thigh. Inhale. On the exhale, we stretch and lower, hovering into the bow. Press the floor away. And then hands and knees. Let's take, go, yeah. Down dog. So tuck the toes under, push away the floor again with both hands and send that tailbone high to the sky. Actually, where the ceiling meets the wall. So another few breaths here. You can continue to walk the dog. Oh, nice long stretch. Neck is long here. Shoulder blades are flat against the back. Can you feel when they're not and when they are? Another deep breath. Three-legged dog, feet together. Stretch one leg of your choice, weight up to the sky. I'm just going to tuck this in. Yeah, one leg way up to the sky. Push away the floor, knee bends, and then lift that knee up to the sky as you twist toward that side. Say hello. And then hips square, stretch the leg long, and back to all fours. And then other leg stretches high. Push away the floor still. Maybe bend then the top knee, if that feels okay. And then knee reaches up to the sky, twisting toward that side. Hip, waist, shoulder, head. And then return hip, waist, shoulder, head. Stretch the leg and into wide angle dog. We did not do yesterday. Nice wide angle. Oh, nice stretch for your legs, your spine, your back. Yeah. Push away the floor still. Yeah. Shoulders away from the ears. Neck is long. And then walk the hand. Yeah, just one hand down to make that triangle for your hand and your legs and shoulder over the wrist. For spinal twist, we inhale to prepare. Exhale, hip, waist, shoulder, head. Reaching high. Maybe that arm can wrap around the waist. Looking straight out to the side or up to the sky. Another deep breath. And then an inhale to reach up high. Exhale, hip, waist, shoulder, head. Other side. We inhale to prepare. And exhale, hip, waist, shoulder, head, reaching. Press away the floor here too, yeah. I guess when in doubt, press away the floor and breathe. Maybe wrapping around the waist, reaching for your inner thigh if possible. Another deep breath. Yeah, exhale here to bring the navel in. Maybe you can spiral a little bit more. Neck is still long. When ready, we're going to reach up high. Inhale, exhale, untwist into your wide angle forward fold. Yeah, let the head be heavy here. You can clasp ankles or elbows. Another variation we did last week was chest swung over, thigh, clasping the outside of the ankle so we can breathe here. And then to the other side, if this feels good. Or any wide angle forward stretch that feels good for you. This is kind of like your free time. Yeah, I'm offering, suggesting all these variations. Another one, I remember we did earlier, is to walk the hands, if possible, behind you on the floor, and then bend your elbows toward your fingertips. Yeah, that's a little bit too much for me today. And then when ready, just hang. We're going to walk the feet in underneath us to roll up slowly, rolling up slowly through the spine, vertebra by vertebra. You can walk the hands up or let them hang. Eventually to standing. Yeah, I would always go slowly coming up, especially, we've done the down dog and then the wide angle down dog. We spend a lot of time with our head below the heart. So always come up slowly. And in your standing posture, how does it look out there in the world? Might look a little differently. Sometimes colors seem a little brighter. Things see and feel just a little more in tune, maybe with nature, in tune with springtime, new possibilities coming. So yeah, it's kind of like a rebirthing of a season. Yeah, letting go and almost like a brand new, it's like New Year. Like when the New Year comes, they always say, oh yes, let's, think of things, that we'd like to accomplish, do. And springtime is kind of like that, but in a different energy. It's more, for me anyway, it's more, we have solid ground. Yeah, we are grounded, we are supported. And now you might even think of what is it that you would like the spring to give you, to bring open to you. What is it from your third eye chakra? What's the wisdom there that is telling you what maybe you may need or explore or follow or for your highest good. Yeah. Always for your highest good. So let's inhale, shall we, to bring in the new. Yeah, bringing down the heavens, bringing in the new, and we release the old to the earth. And once again, inhale, nice sniff in, and an exhale. Third time is always a charm. Inhale, and an exhale. Yeah, letting go a little more. And speaking of letting go, sometimes it's, as I mentioned earlier, we think of what's going wrong in our lives and now maybe what's going well. And the Qi Gong has a practice just for that, of letting go of negativity, of negative thoughts. It's called repulse the monkey. In culture, sometimes monkey is a metaphor, a monkey mind of scattered and too active of a mind, of all crazy thoughts. Active mind sometimes is very good, but if they're crazy and they're going all over the place, maybe not so good. So soften the knees. It goes like this. You might turn to your right, arms swing up from the shoulders, palms facing upward, and then you face forward, but bring your right hand just around the knee. This is not the knee, around your, I'm laughing, around your ear, and then brush your palms as if you're releasing all negativity, all negative thoughts be gone. All negative thoughts be gone. And then palms facing upward, you turn to your left hand just cups around the ear and comes forward, and you brush the negative thoughts away. And it continues with the right side. Inhale and exhale. And then both arms, and they just lift from the shoulders, repulse the monkey. Let go of the old, let go of any negativity to bring in the new, bring in more creativity for your mind. Yeah, to explore, to be more positive in your life. Inhale. More positive in your perspective, very third eye. Yeah. Inhale and brush away. So it's from the side. We inhale and exhale, brush. Inhale, right by the ear and brush. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And back to your center. And spring and the sun and the earth, yay. Maybe it is time to introduce the sun salutation today. This is the classic sun salutation. Many variations have blossomed in the past, I would say 20 years or more. But back in the day, it was a classic sun salutation, which we will go over very slowly today. It is a series of postures that we have done, and now we're putting them together like in a dance. You first have to learn the steps, right? And then you can put it into the dance. So we're going to go over the steps again today. And then as we continue on and on, it will become more like a dance. That's our goal. That's our intent, with the breath moving each position, posture into its smoothness. So it is a nice balance of stretch and strength. And it's a reverence to our sun, where without the sun, we would not be here on this earth. So we honor the sun in all its glory, its warmth, its vitamin D. The plants would, they thrive, with the sunlight. And spring is right here, and now we have longer days, longer time of that light of the sun. And it also honors the earth. So we're going to stand on 2 feet. I'm going to go sideways. You might come forward on your mat. So we're going to inhale in reverence to the sun, with the arms reaching out from the shoulders, palms unite. We prepare. exhale, bringing this energy to our hearts. Heartfelt in gratitude. Your inhale, total body back arch, hooking thumbs. Remember the hips lean forward here, lifting the heart. This is the inhale. Your exhale reaches in a forward fold. The knees can bend because the hands now come on either side of the feet. My knees need to bend for my hands to get on either side of my feet. Fingertips in line with the toes. Your right leg goes way back into a lunge. Lower the knee. Remember, in our low lunges, your knee is over the ankle here. So yeah, adjust if you need to. This is on your inhale, and it also is lifting the heart. And there's a pause of the breath here. We pause as we go into a plank. So we bring that left leg back into a plank, shoulders over your wrists. The exhale lowers the knees and the chest. The hips stay up, the forehead down. Elbows, as you notice, are to the back. Your inhale stretches the legs, your hips lower into our cobra. We lift the heart, shoulders down, whoa, neck is long. This is on your inhale. Your exhale, tucks those toes under, downward dog. Now, some of us might have to come to the knees first, as I am, or some may just scoop right up into the inverted V. But try to keep your hands right where they are. Once they come down by the foot, they stay there. Tuck the toes. Now, I might have to walk in, maybe you do too, just an inch or two to make down dog more comfortable. And another breath here. This happens on the exhale. We can take a double breath. Now, on your next inhale, that right foot magically swings right through your hands. And some of us might be able to do that. I need to lower my other knee down and then bring it through. Sometimes I need to actually hug that ankle and then bring it through. So again, fingertips are in line with the toes. And then make sure your back leg is stretched long, knee down. This is all happens on an inhale, looking upward into the low lunge. Your exhale brings the back foot to meet the front. We exhale into our forward fold. Your inhale rolls on up, arms by the ears, reaching way back. Yeah, the feet are together, hooking thumbs into the total body back arch. And exhale to the heart. That's just half of the round one. So we notice how we feel. Yeah. So we're still learning the steps, and eventually it will flow from one posture to the other, as smooth as we can. So with palms at the heart, we'll begin this the other side. So now our left leg will come back, and then the left leg, will come forward. Okay, ready? Ready on the inhale. Total body back arch. We inhale, lengthening, hips lean forward. Lift the heart. Exhale, forward folding, hands on either side of the feet, and this is where they are glued. Step way back with the left, way back, way back. Again, our knee is over ankle. I make sure of your alignment here. Fingertips still in line with the toes. Lifting the heart. This all happens on your inhale. We hold the breath gently, just a pause to go into plank. Hopefully wrists are feeling okay. The exhale lowers the knees, chest, forehead. And then that's your exhale. Your inhale, lowers the hips into then our cobra, lifting the heart. Keep the legs down. This is your inhale. Your exhale into your down dog. You can come to the knees first or just jackknife right into it. The feet might have to come in a little bit. Long breath here, long back, long legs. Ready to inhale. The left foot comes forward, the whole left leg. Your whole left leg comes forward. I need to go to my right knee first, and then it brings up here. You might not need to do that, but I make sure that my knee is over my ankle. I'm inhaling. Nice stretch here. Your exhale brings 2 feet together, draped over. You're rolling up through your spine, inhaling, reaching back, reaching up, and then lean the hips forward, total body back arch. And exhale back to your center. And breathe. Close your eyes, relax the arms. And just breathe and notice how you feel, energized, or maybe more calm, more peaceful, but in energy kind of a way. Yeah, we can still be energized, but more peaceful and calm. A balance of stretch and strength. And open the eyes gently. Yeah. So hopefully that felt good. I think I might have said inhale. Anyway, we'll go over that again. And also you do have a website I found that did the Classic Sun Salutation too. And I think it's pretty exact how we are practicing it in class. Another deep breath into the belly. And to review the eagle posture that teaches us about perspective. Speaking of the third eye, which also brings us to the awareness of animal messages. Have you noticed a lot of hummingbirds? They give another message of love. Yeah. Ants. Now that maybe it's not going to rain quite as much, we might see more ants, and they teach us about patience. Spider webs hold negative energy so that it doesn't come into our being. Yeah, like, yeah, dream catchers. Yeah, they hold the negative dreams for usually they're on babies' cribs. Yeah, dream catchers hold the negativity so it doesn't go to the little one. Yeah. So, eagle arms first. We did this yesterday. Yeah, this is your left arm over the right. We're going to bend the elbows. Now you might be able to wrap around the wrists so the palms face each other and may not, as much as you're able. And then we're going to reach the elbows out and up. And bend both knees. Bend both knees, shift the weight to your left, crossing the right thigh over the left. Maybe you can wrap those toes around the ankle, the calf. Or maybe they have to go to the floor if you lose balance. But look at your elbows or the bigger picture of the room. Notice, focus where you need to focus, where your inner wisdom is letting you know. Another deep breath. And exhale, foot back to the earth, onto feet, and relax the arms. And let's just roll the shoulders back. Other side. Okay, let's cross right elbow over to bend, to wrap, to reach elbows out and up. Opens the heart. And bend both knees, shift the weight. Balancing, yeah. You keep the right knee bent as then you cross over the thigh, just like you're sitting in a chair, crossing your thighs and wrapping your toes around. If possible, we breathe, we center, we focus on our forearms, or is it the bigger picture of the room? Yeah, and notice sometimes we do need to focus on details. Yeah. What courses do you need to complete that major? Or maybe we're focusing more on the major and our life course, our life course, or life purpose. Yeah. And eventually inhale, exhale, both feet back, release. Does that feel good? To open. And before we come down to the ground, I don't know if we're going to go over a little bit of time, but I just feel Warrior 2 is just so needed right now, just to give us more centeredness and focus and strength and ease. So open those legs wide. Your body will thank you. turning the left toes out, heel, remember, middle of back arch, and reach, let the arms float. Inhale, exhale, knee stretching right over the ankle. Tailbone rooted, crown high. And a nice deep breath to reach to the beautiful sun. Yeah, as we root to the earth for our strong foundation, lifting our hearts, lifting our thoughts to positive, to be for our greatest good. Inhale and exhale to stretch, leg, turn in, other side. Long legs, feel your alignment, heel in line with the middle of your back arch, and float the arms. Open the legs, gazing softly. Again, we feel our strong foundation beneath us. With ease, we breathe into the belly, for our lives will flow with ease and grace, into confidence, into our inner strength, into an open, loving heart, and into our truth. And trusting our intuition for our greatest good, we lift up to the sky, walking fingertips down, or wrapping around the waist. I don't think I mentioned on the first side, but hopefully you remember. Nice deep breath, lifting heart. And exhale. Back to center. Wiggle those legs underneath us. Yeah, does that feel good? Yeah, I feel a little more grounded now too, a little more open for the breath of joy. To sniff, to sniff, to sniff, and yeah, let anything go that you need to let go of for a brighter perspective in our lives. Ready? Sniffing in with a, and coming up with the, and once more, and all the way down, all the way down. We're gonna curl on down, hug those thighs, control from the core. And nice, just circle around the sacrum. Maybe another little shake up, shake out. Feet and arms return to the earth. Get a little comfy here, any other little wiggle room, maybe a little baby bridge. A little roll of the thighs. A little deep breath in. Exhale. Just be. Now let your legs relax now. Your feet, ankles, knees, hips, and all the muscles in between. Feel your belly rise and fall. Back is softening now. The earth is beckoning. Let go, let go. Neck free. Shoulders, arms, fingers. Letting go. Feeling the breath more expansive. Feel the energy of the breath moving through the body with ease. Relaxing your mind, your face, your jaw. Bringing awareness to your third eye. Yeah, bringing more health to your pituitary gland, your eyes. Let your eyes relax. Let your mind be in this moment. I invite you with your imagination, as if you were sitting and watching the most beautiful sunset ever, in reverence to our sun, in all its glory, in all its healing energies. Just imagine yourself seeing the most beautiful sunset and the most beautiful oranges and golden colors as you still are connected to the earth. I invite you to imagine your inhale coming up through your spinal column, all the way up to your third eye. And from your third eye, you exhale out into the beautiful sunset to connect to the energy of the sun. And then your inhale draws in the energy of the sun to your third eye, and feel your exhale back down to the earth. And we repeat, we feel the energy of the earth, the healing energy of the earth, coming up through our spinal column, through all our energy centers, up to the third eye. From the third eye, we connect to the energy of the sun, healing properties of the setting sun. And we breathe in the healing properties of the setting sun to our minds, to our bodies. And we exhale these healing properties down, cleansing, clearing all negativity away, sending it all back to the earth to be recycled. And we breathe in Earth's healing energy all the way up through all our energy centers, through our heart, through our throat, to our third eye. And we exhale out to the healing properties of the sun to connect, to be. And we breathe in the healing properties of the setting sun, the cleansing, the healing, positivity to our third eye. And we exhale it all back down to the earth, to center ourselves. We breathe in to our bellies. We center our positivity, our healing. And we bring it in at the deepest level. And I invite you to breathe and just be in this healing state, so every cell can heal at its deepest level. And feel the new breath, the new energy coming in, healing at the deepest level. Yeah, reminding every cell that this is the state of health and being. This is what we remember. This is how we live. And exhale and wiggle little fingers and your toes, and all your fingers and all your toes, and circling wrists and ankles as you gently awaken into this beautiful moment of this beautiful time. Feel this breath and this energy supporting you in all in what you have to be at this moment. Yeah, be in health. And a little roll from side to side, coming to your seated posture. Tailbone rooted to the earth, crown of the head to the beautiful blue sky. Yeah, crown chakra open as we then inhale to scoop the energy from the earth and around us and above us. Palms unite, bringing it all back to our open, loving hearts. I thank you. I look forward to your reflections. Anybody making up need to? Yes, any questions on midterm? Let me know. Great articles, hang 5. Ooh, and the x-ray video. Ooh, yeah, it's really good. If you have time or the interest. I thank you and namaste. Be well and keep it on going. Thank you.